In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're here in our currently harshly lit outdoor studio here at our worldwide headquarters to take a look at what I think is an extremely high value knife from the folks at Spyderco, the Spyderco Emphasis Combi Edge. We're going to take a closer look at this knife and get to doing some of that knife stuff coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for today's Sharp Saturday video, where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. And like I said, of course, that today that something sharp is this Spyderco Emphasis in the Combi Edge. And we're going to take a close look at this. I think this was a really strong, well-made, good value knife. I thought I wanted to show it to you. But first, we're going to transition to the feature of our videos that has probably maybe drawn more criticism and anger than even my tongue-in-cheek, still stuck in the old metric system comments. I'm talking about today's words of wisdom from the Bible. Today's wisdom is from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 10. This one in the NIV version. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Just seems like good advice to me. And, of course, a big thank you to our friends at Hog Holsters for being the longest-running channel sponsor here at Survival on Purpose. They're literally the most comfortable concealable holster I've ever used. I use mine every single day. They're 100% made in the USA, down to the screws, and they're painstakingly handcrafted to fit your specific pistol model. No one size fits all. And John at Hog Holsters finally, after years of encouragement from me, has started working on some knife sheath stuff. So if you go to survivalonpurpose.com/sponsors, you'll be able to find a link to Hog Holsters there, and you'll be glad you did. So thanks to Hog Holsters. Now, let's get down to the old stump top and get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Alrighty, so here is the Spyderco Emphasis, full model number C245GPS. This is the combi blade, partially serrated. This is the only one I can really find online right now. I think they may be phasing this model out, but I want to show it to you because I think it's a really high value, and if you can get your hands on one now, you'll be really glad you did. So let's just talk about it. So it's a good size folding knife. The overall length is 8.31 inches, or for those of you still stuck in that old metric system, that's 211 millimeters. Has a closed length of 4.81 inches, or 122 millimeters. It features a 3.58 inch, or 91 millimeter drop point blade of 8CR13 MOV steel with a full flat grind. The handle material is black G10. It has a liner lock, which is a very positive contact. And what's cool about this one, I like anyway, it has the wire clip. I really like their wire clips, and this is one of the few Spydercos that ships with the wire clip as standard. And it's a reversible left or right hand, so that's good. Although, since it's a frame lock or liner lock, you know, your left hand is going to be a little bit different, but can't help that. And the knife weight is 4.8 ounces, or 136 grams. This one is made in Spyderco's Chinese factory to keep the cost down, but in my experience, that does not impact the quality one bit. And the MSRP on this thing was $95, but right now, as I said, on Spyderco's website, it's marked down to 71. I found one on Amazon for 61 bucks, but they only had a couple. So they'll probably, if you don't jump on this quick, they will be gone, I'm sure. And also, I didn't tell you, it also has a little sleeve lanyard hole up here, so you can put a "Don't Lose Me" line on it if you want to. Half open back, so you can kind of keep it blown out and cleaned out there, and just a little bit of jimping here and here, so if you want to do a little pinch grip on it, you can. This is Spyderco's cool serration stuff there, and it's just a really well-made, very smooth knife. Features their trademark opening hole, and actually, I brought this up many times, but if you didn't know, the Spyderco actually invented the pocket clip on knives, and CJ Buck actually gave them credit for that, again, when I did an interview with him at Blade Show. You can check that video out on the channel, but just a good knife. So anyway, what I think we're going to do now is, since we're not going to do the balance testing because it's a folder, we are going to continue to do some science though. And one of the things I always like to do on every knife is to test the sharpness using the internationally standard sharpness test, the redneck sharp test. Let's get the old testing media out here and see what we can do with the sharpness test. There's a lot of hire there, and that arm's bare. So let's try, let's try from the other side. I like to be equal here. Oh my gosh. Okay, more hard there. So yeah, she passes the redneck sharp test. So I thought what I thought we'd do for the next portion of the scientific testing is to go ahead and we've had this discussion before, but I don't recommend batoning with a folding knife, but this is a pretty big beefy knife. So what I think we can do, I don't have too big a problem with it if you do something like this and bend it over, and then that allows you to put it up here where you can see it maybe, because my old stump top has seen better days. But if you bend it over and very carefully, don't try to let's see, maybe this will be a good. Don't try to put pressure on the lock itself. Just don't even hold the lock. I kind of hold it up here. You can do a little bit of this batoning, and the reason if you have a decent stump top or base, and the reason I'm doing this is because it's been raining here pretty much every day for a week. So I thought it'd be a good idea to try to get into the center of some of this wood to get to a drier piece of wood, and I actually wound up picking a spot that had a knot in it, so that wasn't good on my part. But we'll try again, because again, I don't think it's that big a deal if you do it like this. So we're going to do it like this. Okie dokie. So now, just to make sure we get a good dry inside corner, we're going to split this one more time. Are you bored yet? I'll be done in just a minute. Okay. Well, sort of a good corner. So we've got a pretty dry corner there, and as I've said many times, I think one of the absolutely important uses of a knife is to be able to help you make a fire, because it's not really a survival knife, but at the same time, if you're in a survival situation, this might be the only one you have with you. So let's get down to some dry now, and let's see if we can carve some of them there little curls, because always to start a fire, you really need some really small, tiny, dry tinder. And so we're going to give this one a shot and see if we can carve some tinder with it. And so what I thought I'd do, my friend Magnus Anderson over in Sweden, he does really good with serrations, and I'm going to try using some of these serrations to carve some curls. Alrighty, I think you missed a little bit of that. I looked up and the camera battery was dead, so we're going to endeavor to persevere and go ahead and do some curls with the. This is what we got with the serrations. We're going to go ahead and do some with the non-serrated portion and see what we can come up with. And okay, so let's take a closer look at those. Yeah, those are some Shirley Temple curls, and I'm going to venture to say that probably at least 80% of the people watching this video never heard of Shirley Temple. Don't know what my reference is to. But anyway, what I liked about that was they did okay with the serrations, but because of this jimping right here, I was able to kind of get my finger up in there and really put my thumb back up here. A little bit of jimping there, but also just on the spine, and use this thinner part up here of the blade, and just really able to control it well and get some really tiny little curls. Anyway, so we'll put those over here. But hopefully you know what's next, probably, maybe. And this is the portion of the video where I have a good excuse to smell some fat wood. So we're gonna carve a little bit of the oxidation off, just because I like to smell it. Now we got down into some by golly, boogery stuff here. Let's see. All right, get you out of the way. We'll save you for later. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Can you just smell that? Oh man. Okay. I know you can't smell it, but I just want to tease you a little bit. So let's see how well this thing scrapes now. And when I scrape with the spine of a folding knife, I like to close it so I don't have any danger of that thing folding up on my hands. Seems like a good idea to me. So let's see how well this thing scrapes. I think it's going to do pretty well, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, look at that. Would you just look at it? Look at all that beautiful, golden, lovely, flammable goodness. Man, right now this Emphasis is checking the boxes, baby. It's sharp, solid, reasonably priced, and Spyderco quality. I mean, just really. So now, let's take my second favorite ferrocerium rod, because as I've said before, my first favorite has a little plastic container of butane attached to it. Let's see how well she does. And we're gonna try it without the fat wood first, just to see if it'll do something without fat wood, because you might not have any fat wood. You might be completely culturally deprived. We're going to give it the magic sauce, the magic ingredient. A little bit of their fat wood on there. And here we go. Let's see. Ooh, come on, baby, come on. Almost. Okay. I knew if I endeavored to persevere, it would work. And looky there. Did I put it out? No, I didn't put it out. I just almost put it out. Alrighty, well, I gotta be honest with you. I thought I was gonna like this knife just from handling it, but I wasn't sure about a couple things. I'm really, really impressed with the performance of this knife. Not just the fit and finish and the quality construction and the design and all that Spyderco is famous for, but the actual performance. It carves really well. The jimping is in good spots. It's not too aggressive. It's not. Sometimes jimping seems to be just there to have another feature. This actually is in a good place. It's got a smooth action, a solid lockup, reversible tip-up pocket clip, which I like, or the wire clip I like. And I was really surprised that it did a great job of scraping and striking. So I got to give this one an absolute double thumbs up as far as being a very, very good all-around full size. We'll call this one a full size pocket knife. So that's a Spyderco Emphasis. And again, this may be discontinued. I don't have that information at hand, but on a couple of the sites I looked at, they said it was out of stock or discontinued. Spyderco has them marked down to 71 bucks. There's a few on Amazon for 61 bucks, and you may find some elsewhere as well, but just kind of wanted to share this one with you before it goes away, because I think it's worth exploring. It's really, really a solid knife. So thanks to the folks at Spyderco for sending me this one so I could show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. Be prepared. I'll see you next time.